Today I want to hit on the struggles in people's lives and the challenges that we all must face during the course of our lives on a day-to-day basis. Be that whatever it is different for every individual in what comes to them in struggle. I don't think I need to define struggles. It is such an individual experience that we can all get stuck in, and some of us have the ability to see our way out of these struggles, and other people that they stay in these struggles for quite a long time, and they struggle themselves because of what is they think that's happening to them, um, or circumstances or other people that have created these struggles. And I'm not saying that that's not the case. Struggling in a life is extremely real to the participant going through the struggles. In my life, I've really struggled with not liking myself. That was one of my big struggles, and I can remember when that struggle really come upon me. I was about 15, and I was in Mount Penang boys' home, and I just started getting these voices in my head about not liking myself. It was telling me that I was no good, and I was ugly, and I wasn't like other people. I was different, and at that time, that was contributed to my peers and things that happened in my family. My father telling me that I was ugly, and I wasn't going to amount to anything. So yeah, my self worth really got affected um, through listening to other people and my interactions with people in my life, be that my peers, family. It to me it all contributed to it, and I started, reviewing these things in my life that had caused the pain I was going through, and the struggles, and not liking myself, and being angry towards other people, and resentful towards other people. It really started me acting in ways to other people where I become vindictive, and I become competitive to stand up to these people, and I wanted them to feel my pain. That's what I used to enjoy. That the people that put pain upon me. I wanted them to feel it. I wanted others to feel what I was experiencing, and what I was experiencing at times. Well, it wasn't nice, and for me there was a relief in others feeling my pain. Yeah, there was a relief in that. So that was my objective in dealing with it. If you're going to uh, say things to me, or do things to me that's going to affect me, then I'm going to do things to you to make you feel a certain way that I'm feeling, and I was good at it, and and I think most people act in that way through my observation. A lot of people communicate that way. You do something to them, they'll do something to you. Revenge, vengefulness, vindictive, um, yeah, all sorts of things where you behave in ways where it's always kind of get back. Um, because, in generally, again, I can only speak for myself. I didn't know any other way to deal with that stuff other than that. Um, but when I was shown a different way to deal with it, which was a more independent way, I've taken ownership and responsibility for how I was feeling, and catching my reactions to others that that do contribute to how I was feeling, and that they still do. I don't think any human is an island here on Earth, and it's impossible to be that independent. Other than going somewhere and putting yourself in an ivory tower and not associating with people, or taking drugs, a lot of drugs, or continuously isolating yourself, um, which can be destructive in its own form. When people aren't aware of what they're doing, or maybe sometimes you do get to a point where you get tired, and you've had enough, and like that's that everyone copes with things differently, and that's what makes us all so unique. But there's something about staying connected to other people, um, irrespectively of, of how you feel at times, and what we feel or what we think that others that others do to us. And I'm not saying that people haven't got motives or intentions to set out to hurt people, or take advantage of people, because that certainly happens quite a lot. But sometimes what I've learnt through my life is that what I've assumed somebody's motive has been, because I've been affected by what somebody said, or what somebody has done. Sometimes I've been completely off the mark. I haven't been right. And the way I have found out to clarify with others, and I learnt this, and I learnt this in rehab, was to check in with people, and talk to people when I have been affected by things that people have said, or people's behaviour, and and go into some kind of dialogue with other people, and through that dialogue there has been clarity, and there has been there has been information given back to me where what I did think, or what I was assuming about how I've been affected by what other people have said, or what other people have done. I've been completely wrong. I've been told that's not where people are coming from. But when those emotions get hurt, I sometimes, have not believed that. I've been a very untrusting person at times in respect to believing what what is said to me. And when you look at the media and things around us, and what we hear, and what we see, and our society, and it can tend to be an untrustworthy place. You know, people out there doing the wrong thing, and taking advantage of people, and yeah, there's a lot of things that happen in our society that can make you skeptical. And I'm not saying that always relates back to interactions with other people who have said things to us, that tend to make us hurt us, or affect us in ways where we want to hurt them back, and we want other people to feel what we go through in life. I'm not saying it's always related to that, but feeling secure within our soul is everything's a part of that. Yeah, like everything is a part of hopefully feeling secure within a soul. And how do we arrive at that feeling secure within a soul? I don't think you can base that on being affected by your feelings, or assuming your thoughts. If that was the case, then there would be no there would be no people that would have different views, or different thoughts, or different beliefs, or different conditioning. Like, everyone's different. No two people are the same. It's absolutely impossible to think or assume that what somebody else is, you've got the answers for, because no one has the answers. And here I am. I sit here and talk about things that I've experienced, and what I've discovered during my life. But that's only what I've discovered. It does not apply to others. All it applies to is my feelings of caring, and my feelings of purpose to do something that I enjoy doing. And if we can understand that we are going to be affected all the time by other people's opinions, and by interactions with other people and circumstances that happens, and that possibly that could lead to struggle, when you get close to people and in relationships, and you get hurt and you get disappointed, and you feel let down. You feel like you've taken risks, and things haven't gone your way, disappointments. It's easy to get despondent in there, and it's okay, it's okay. And in struggle, one thing that I did find in struggle that worked for me, that I realised that it was okay to struggle. It was okay to have critical voices in my head. I didn't like it, and I challenged those critical voices in my head. And that's the way, well, I think that's the way I overcome them. I believe age is a great leveler also in our realizations, and what we all learn through, I call it age, I call it the journey of life. What we all learn through that journey of life, in respect to heartache and struggle and tough times, that it is okay. It's okay to feel different. It's okay to feel you don't know where you're going to go. It's okay to worry what other people think. It's okay to feel unsure. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to feel inadequate. It's okay to feel unsure about where you're going in life. It's okay to be hurt and disappointed. I've said that, but it is okay. And it's easy said and done for me, sitting here, having a yarn over this iPhone, saying it's okay. Because I can relate in times when I was in pain, and I did want things, and I did want my life to be different, and things weren't happening in my life, and I was trying and trying and trying and trying and trying, and everything seemed against me, and there was setbacks after setbacks, and yeah, I get it. I get it. I really do. But in those times, irrespectively of all that stuff going on, I kept going forward. I kept climbing the mountain. I kept heading to Everest, and that worked for me. I stayed motivated, and there was times when I wasn't motivated, and that was okay too. Everything is okay. Everything is perfect, and for me, that's the way I see it. It is a perfect life when it's all said and done. There is more than our own thoughts and our own feelings and our own belief system. There is much more than that. There's a beautiful world out there. There's a beautiful beach. There's a beautiful smile on children. There's a beautiful smile on every human. There's characters in all of us, and if we can see it when we struggle, we can get a smile back on our dial, and hopefully we can realise that, you know, whatever times happen when we're in struggle, um, this too shall pass. It always does. And if you look back on other struggles, and this is what I used to do, that I used to have, I could use those struggles for future struggles as benchmarks, and have confidence that I'll get through this pain. I'll get through this struggle, and there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And you know, I've seen some pretty dark places. I've seen some very lightful places too. So yeah, struggle is an interesting thing, and the way we all deal with it is normal. Um, so yeah, have a good day, and as I said, I'm not here to know any more than you guys out there, man. I'm far from that. I'm a humble guy. I've had a great life, and yeah, look after yourselves. And if you are in struggle at the moment, talk about it. Talk about it, and keep talking about it. And hopefully you can stay motivated to keep talking about it until you talk yourself through it, or do something where you enjoy, like going to the gym, or going for a walk, or do something that makes you feel good, because that's important. That's really important. And what works for you, don't listen to others, you know. Like, what works for you, you stick with that. That's the right way. Always, what works for you is the right way. No other way is the right way other than that. And you know what works for you. And you embrace that, and you enjoy that, because that's your gift. And you know that. So don't ever let anyone sway you from that. Take care. Have a great day.